Hey there, Ellie from Ditto here. Now I know how important translations and localization are to product copy workflows to be able to speak to your audience no matter where they are in the world. I also know that some of these old world ways of working on translations can be a bit of a headache. So let me show you how to manage translations alongside design and really iterate and work in lockstep with your whole product team throughout the whole product development lifecycle. So this first step is we're going to get some translations into Ditto. So let's say that I want to translate this no in-person steps required here. Now the good news is you don't have to worry about actually knowing the translations. We've written them out for you down here. But what you can do is you can go to your variants tab here and just click add variant text. We're going to be creating a French variant. So when you copy this text down here, you input it into this variant text field. And, maybe I'll also say that this translation is a work in progress. So now I've saved and I now have a variant on this frame here. So when I come over here, you can see that the next step is to preview that translation within the context of your design to make sure that it has no flow issues or spacing problems. You're able to catch those things much earlier. So the first step for this next part of the flow here is that you are going to duplicate Figma frame and drop it here in the box. So now, just an easy way to show you that you can duplicate frames in Figma and it will keep all of those instances linked up automatically. And you can see now I have 2 instances of this no in-person steps required copy here, because I duplicated a frame that I had already linked up some Ditto text. So what we're going to do here is we're going to preview that translation in the design. So what I do is I just click the frame name here. So I've clicked this ready for anything initial, and you'll see that I have this button here that says apply variant. What that's going to do is when I select French, it is now automatically previewed that variant text in the context of my design without having to worry about duplicating designs for every single language. I can see the spacing and the wrapping, things like that. And I can also see that I have applied that French variant here. Now, let's say that I want to make my future translation projects faster. Easy to do in Ditto because I can publish translations to my library. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this ready for anything option header. So you can see that because I am working in a Ditto instance with a lot of other Ditto teammates, I already have a library item that matches this copy, and Ditto has recognized that, which is great. You can tell we've been doing a lot of testing. However, if I didn't, all I would have to do is pick a folder if I want to, or just publish it to my library in general, and give the component a name. So, you can name this something else if you want to have strict naming conventions, or Ditto will recommend one for you. So I'm actually going to attach it to this instance. And now you can see that I have a component for this text item, means that I can easily reuse it in future projects. Now that I have this component in my Ditto library, I can also have the French translation of this text automatically saved alongside my library component, so that anytime I use this ready for anything option header in the future, not only will I be able to drag and drop that copy directly into my future designs, it will also bring with it the French translation so that I have less work to do in future projects. Now, the last thing to know is that variants are a very popular feature with our engineering users of Ditto, because when I select a text item, you can see that they automatically generate these dev IDs here. And these unique IDs make it easy to use this copy in your code base so that anytime anyone on the team finalizes a change to that piece of copy in Ditto, developers can run an API pull and pull that up-to-date copy into your code base. Developers will also be able to pull all variant copy in that same API fetch to be used in the code base separately as well. So now that you've gotten the basics of how to build out your translation library and manage translations and localize text in Ditto, you can head on over to Ditto's web app to add additional languages to organize variants into folders, or to translate copy in an entire project from one singular list view. So if you want to head over to the web app, just click this drop-down menu right here and click Open Project in Ditto. Or, as always, if you want a little bit of help, book some time with our product specialist.